Alright, Frosty here. I have updated the CMI. Make sure you go in and download the new link if you don't have this update showing. Just go in and get it at the Delta Hive CMI channel. It's pinned to the top, and that link should get you the update. So first I'm going to run over the information because it's a lot. And I know this is a lot, and I know that there's a lot of different colors and a lot of different settings in this thing. So, da, 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 da. So, basically, these are these are your regular rates that the tags work. So if you take every tag at every time, no matter what, no confluences, no anything, on the 15-second, you're only likely to get 25 points a quarter of the time, and higher is even less. On the 1 minute, a third of the time, you're going to get 25 points. The rest of the time, you're going to get less. These are based on a stop loss of 25 points above the pivot point. So where you put the tag, if you put your stop loss at 25 points, that's what these numbers are based off of. 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, you get into the 42 to 45% range for 25 points. Still get about a third, we'll get to 50 points. Only a fifth will get to 100 points. Maybe a tenth will get to 200 points. And a 20th will get to 300. And very few will get to 400. But this is where you can, see that the bigger the time frame, the more likely you are to get these bigger moves. And in general, just the bigger time frame, the more likely the tags are to work. This will also be the same if you get if you get a 2 minute tag and you take the 2 minute tag and you're in the 2 minute tag and you get a 5 minute tag in that same spot, well, now your win rate just increased to these numbers. And actually even more, because you get tags stacked on top different time frames, it actually increases the win rate a bit. Then you get a 15-minute tag. Well, now you're real likely to continue to get a move. Have stats on the continuation of what happens, but very likely you're likely to continue these moves. So I watch all of these time frames to see when the tags line up, when there's a reversal that's lining up. Usually you'll first see it in the 1 minute, then the 2 minute, then the 3, then the 5, then the 15, then the 30, as the earlier time frames roll over first. And because of that, you get a lot of, bad tags, basically. You get a lot of tags that aren't good, which is why these numbers go down. But that's where we come in with the downgrades and the upgrades, hopefully. That will increase or decrease those win rates. Some of them substantially. Time Boost is one of the best. So it improved all time frames, the 25 points by almost 20%. 50 points by almost 20%, 100 points by 17%, 200 by 10%. So that's in addition to the percent that was already there. This is an increase on the percentages for each of these things. So any combo boost boosted the time frames by this amount. Any random combo boost. The CMI power combo specifically boosted it by this amount. The CMI body being 2 times the size of the regular CMI candle. So when you get a CMI candle that all of a sudden switches the other direction and is huge, that's what this is looking for. That increased huge amounts across all time frames. When price, pivot, and confirm are moving in the direction of the tag. So say you get a bear tag, right? You price pushes up, comes down, you get a bear tag. If price, so on the price chart, and the CMI on the CMI chart, both the pivot and the confirm bar are pointing down, that gets this boost. So if you get a bear tag with the pivot point pointing down on the CMI and on price, and then the candle after pointing down on CMI and price, you get this boost. And this combo is a pretty good judge of it moving up or down. 3 or more regular boosts, so any 3 or more regular boosts, not combo boosts, like CMI 2X is a regular boost. The price and CMI pivot confirm is a regular boost. 3 or more regular boosts of any kind increases it by this much. In addition to these other amounts, 2 or more regular boosts increase it by this much. Touching the trail line on the tag or within 25 points of the tag increases it by this much. Multi-tag, so 2+ tags happening at the same time increases it by this much. So when you see multiple tags on one bar. Any active downgrade decreases your win rates by this much. So it decreases your win rates, particularly for lower amounts. You can still get bigger moves off of these, but mostly that's because price was usually coming against it. So if price or CMI pivot or confirm candle are moving against it, that will downgrade the price. That will usually mean the price is still not ready to move down yet. And it will, and you can get these big moves, but not until after it's moved back towards pivot. Usually takes out the pivot, usually takes out your stop loss. No regular or combo boosts. So this would be any tags that have no boosts on them. So if they are just the regular color, your green, your light green, your red, your pink, any tags that didn't change color, this decreases the win rate, right? So we're really just looking for, at this point, boosted tags. Any combo boost is going to be blue. Any time boost is going to be purple. Any regular boost is going to be yellow or gold. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. Purple is one of the best, but that tends to be because a lot of these boosts happen at the time. The biggest time boost is New York Open. All of the tags work awesome at New York Open. They work the best at New York Open. They work the worst at the blackout time, so there are some black tags now. Don't take those. There are also caution tags. So you'll see a caution sign on tags that are within a caution time zone. That's only based off of time and nothing else. So no other filters, not price action, not the CMI, not anything other than time. So take that with that amount of caution. Time boost will also upgrade based on the combos to darker colors. So light purple is just a basic time boost with no other boosts. If it gets to be dark purple, now you've got combo boosts or boosts happening during the time boost. That becomes super good. Same with the blue. So light blue will be just one boost. And if it gets to be darker blue, that is more boosts. Okay. Now, the same with the yellow. For single boosts, light yellow, just one boost. Darker yellow to gold would be more boosts, up to, I think, brown would be downgrades. So I mostly got rid of the gray tags much oversold and overbought are the ones that pop up gray now. The trend filter is still in there, but I have it off the default for now while I look at these new. So basically, brown are what you're looking to avoid, or even just regular colored tags. Particularly, the one boost, any active downgrade, it doesn't even downgrade it as much as having no boosts. Two or more downgrades definitely decreases it a lot. So any of the darker browns decrease it a lot. You have to be careful because the brown tags, particularly some of the dark brown tags, can have a number of downgrades with a number of boosts and still turn brown. So some of the dark brown tags or lighter brown tags could be good. That's why you have to check the downgrades and upgrades and see. For instance, you're going to get downgrades if the tag is happening on the wrong side of the EMA 20 and the wrong side of VWAP, but that makes sense if it's a reversal. If you're looking for a reversal, if we've been trending down hard, then you're going to be getting boosted tags moving you with the trend. But once we get towards the end of the trend, you're going to get tags, and they might still be brown. They might not get boosts because they aren't working with the trend. And the tags that work with the trend tend to be, the trend continuation tags tend to be pretty strong, mostly during trending days. During reversal days, brown tags can work out just fine, or ranging days. The brown tags can work out because they are for reversals. They do show reversals. That's why I'm going to be working on all of this and trying to differentiate, reversal versus trend tags. But for now, you have to kind of do that yourself. That is the major overall upgrades. For specific time frames, 15-second, I wouldn't even bother. But there is information on the 15-second what increases the chances of it working. When you get these increases, it will, at least give you a shot of having tags on. So if you see, you know, if you are trading on the 15-second and you see blue or gold, that's going to be better, but I wouldn't take any brown or anything that isn't boosted by quite a bit. 1 minute, kind of the same thing. These are your base rates, so pretty low base rates. These do increase it by quite a bit, especially say your time boost, your CMI power, your CMI body 2x. If you get all of that happening on the 1 minute, then you have a much more likely chance of it happening, over 50% for sure for 25 points, even over 50% for 50 points, and, 100, 200, 300, and move even more. But overall, the 1 minute, I don't really pay attention to in general. I don't really like it. I like the 2, the 3, and the 5. These are my favorite smaller time frames. You can go back and check the base rates, but this will add this much to the base rates. So the trail 3-bar move. So if the trail line, the nothing trail line, moves within 3 bars in the direction of the tag within the last 3 bars, so confirmation candle, pivot candle, or the candle before that, then this adds this much to it. If you get a CMI power for your trail, which involves the trail line, it's a CMI power combo, then that increases this much. The CMI body increasing 2x is not a trail bar move. That is just the CMI body being 2 times the size of the average candle, which is a pretty good increase across all time frames. Price and CMI pivot confirm, positive at every target. So pretty much every single one of them you will really only want to take if price, CMI, pivot confirm. If pivot or the confirm candle is moving against the tag, tend to not work out as well, at least not yet. At least not without stopping you out first and then possibly providing another entry. So wait, I don't take them very much if they, at this point, if they don't confirm. I'll show you these on the chart, what they look like. 3-minute best supported boosts, CMI power, CMI body 2x, time boost, any combo boost. Pivot. Trail steps were powerful at 25 to 50 points, but smaller samples. CMI confirmation remains more dependable for larger targets. So the price and CMI pivot confirmation, or the CMI body. Those are the main confirmation signals. On the 5-minute, time boost again, being in the New York Open increases your win rates immensely. The CMI body being twice the size increases it immensely. Your CMI power combo increases immensely. Trail bar 1 step. So this means the trail steps on the confirmation bar, only on the confirmation bar. So when the tag pops up, the next bar is, that's the pivot bar. The next bar is the confirmation bar. If you get a bull tag, then on the next bar, the trail, nothing trail line steps up with price. So price would be moving up, confirm would be moving up, pivot would be moving up, and the trail bar 1 step moves up, you have really good chances of the tag working. A trail touch also produced a meaningful improvement. So it touched the trail line on the pivot candle, so where the tag happened, or within points. That's adjustable in settings as well, but within 25 points of the trail, it produced a meaningful improvement of some type. It didn't remember for some reason. The trail 1 bar step, I remember on this, had few examples. Trail bar does not step with the 5-minute very often. It does tend to step with the 15-minute often, which improves the 15-minute quite a bit. And there are more tags that happen. Yeah, the 15-minute trail power was the standout condition. So trail power is a trailing combination stop based on a combination. It's a combination upgrade based off of the nothing trail. So the way it's moving. So basically, I forget what it is, but if it's hasn't moved downward if it hasn't moved against the tag in the last 3 bars or 10 bars and it steps up with the tag on the bar, whatever, I forget what it is, but that's where you get the trail power. You'll see trail power pop up on the tooltips. And you'll see these. You don't need to know exactly how the trail power happens or any of what I'm really telling you. It's just information so that you know why you're getting what you're getting. But like the lift of 30 plus percentage points at 100, getting over 50% chance of hitting 100 points. A third of the trades hit 200 points. A fifth of them hit 300 points, and a tenth of them hit 400 points. So 1/10 of the trail power 15-minute tags hit 400 points. At least 82% hit 25 points, all before hitting the 25 points. So it was only 68 tags, which is not a huge amount. It doesn't happen very frequently. But when you get the trail power, it's a big condition. CMI power, CMI body 2x, trail 1 bar, trail 3 bar, and combo boosts also perform very well on the 15-minute. These are, I think, the trail 1 bar and trail 3 bar are part of the trail power, which is part of why. So it's a couple of the parts of the combo. CMI 2x is part of it. So basically, the individual parts of trail power broken down also perform well. The 30-minute sample was much smaller. Most of the samples were out of 3,000 or so, 621 on 30-minute. But the best reliable conditions were the trail 1 bar step price, confirm May 14 slope and VWAP side. The 15-minute VWAP side was also a big increase, being on the correct side of VWAP. So that's a good tag to watch for. Time and CMI boosts help 25 to 200 point moves, but did not consistently help 300 to 400 point outcomes. A 30-minute tag with no regular combo boost performed very poorly. The 100 rate dropped from 31% to 13%. So basically, on a 30-minute, watch for boosts. 4-hour tags did quite well for overall direction. Yeah, 4-hour tags were pretty damn good when I checked them, and so was the daily. But like I said, the colors are optimized for day trading, so you don't get moved with the trail line on the daily. For instance, you can't get time boosts on the daily. So a lot of boosted stuff doesn't really work on the daily chart. So even brown tags are pretty good. Pretty much any tag on the CMI on the daily has a pretty decent chance of working. To understand the new CMI colors, so this is what I was explaining before. Purple are time boosted tags. Purple means the tag formed during the designated high performing time windows. You can see which those are if you look in the settings. So you can see right here, that's a light purple. That happens at noon. So noon on the 15 tends to be a good window. Any 9:30 tags or any tags that happen in here would turn purple. Okay. So for instance, this one's a lighter purple. So it has 2 downgrades, 1 reversal boost, 1 continuation boost. So pretty much the reversal boost and continuation boost was outweighed by the 2 downgrades because price confirmed against it and price is on the wrong side of the EMA 20. So the EMA 20 is part of these clouds. Price is pushing against those clouds. If you had gotten a tag up here, price would be with the EMA 20. Price confirm against. So see how this is a bull tag. Price pivot is with the tag, but price confirm came against the tag, right? So this shows that it's likely not going to continue, and you wouldn't get this tag confirmed until right here. Now this gives you a good entry point, and I would likely actually take this tag because of this volume pivot in orange, and because we moved above it, and because I can then take a very tight stop loss right here. I would take this tag most likely and take this stop loss. But in general, because it's light purple, it's less likely to work out than, say, a dark purple. Obviously, really didn't work out, but they aren't all going to work out. Like I said, some of these time frame windows are very overfit. They are specific. So if you check out the new settings, you can see these are the time boosts. So these are the particular times that work better. New York open for all times. 1800 open for all times. The 2, 3, and 5 minute produce runners at these particular times. 5-minute New York extension, these times. These particular ones produced good tags at these times, but probably had a small sample size. So they are not necessarily good to just take anytime. New York Open had huge sample sizes, and so did the 1800 Open, had good size sample sizes, and those pretty much performed well across the board. So any at New York Open or CME Open, I would take for sure. Late night tags have a caution sign, so you can see a little caution right here during particular times that performed lower. The caution does not necessarily mean don't take it, but it would mean I wouldn't take it unless it's a primo tag or gold. Like you can see here, these gold tags worked out well, even though they're caution. This primo tag worked out well, even though it's caution. Um, doesn't mean necessarily anything. Block end of day tags. These tags perform terrible. They are black in the system. Right here, right here, failed. Most of the time, these tend to fail. Okay. These are all of the different downgrades that will turn it brown. Here, ATR, nothing trail ahead is a major downgrade, and a fixed nothing level ahead is a downgrade. Here you can gray out any regular tags or downgraded tags. So regular tags would have gotten no boost at all, and downgraded tags would be brown. So this would be the darkest brown. There's 4 shades of brown. You can also do the second darkest shades of brown, or you could do all of them. It will gray out, or you can remove them completely. That way you can remove downgraded tags if you want. Default would be to show the downgraded tags, though, as brown, or these would be just the colors, pink, red, green, and green. And these would be your browns. These are your combo boosts. So CMI power, trail power. This is a supreme tag that happens very rarely, only about 33 times a year. In the last 3 years, there was like 119 times where this happened in the last 3 years, where you get a big trail power on the 1 hour. If you happen to see that, and you can also set an alert for that, but if you happen to see this happen, I would take this tag every time, especially depending on the time of day. Like if there's enough time for it to work, there still has to be another hour or so left in the close. If it happens right before close, I wouldn't take it, obviously. Trail. So basically, if the trail line, the MACD, and the body of the CMI candle is 2x, and that gives a combo boost here. Same if the trail, RSI, MACD, and body 2x match up. Same if trail steps and touch and EMA match up. EMA 14, VWAP, RSI, MACD, all of these different things, if they line up with the direction of the tag. So RSI is pointing down, MACD is pointing down, you're on the lower side of VWAP and the lower side of the EMA 14 getting a bear tag, you're most likely in a trend continuation, right? Those are going to continue the trend. These are not for reversals mostly. They're going to be more trend continuation. The boosts are also split up. So these are more reversal and confirmation boosts. Pivot and the confirm candle are in the direction, if the CMI pivot and confirm candle are in the direction, or if both CMI and price and pivot and confirm are in the direction. So that would mean, say, this tag, right? If you look at this tag here, it's a bull candle and a bull candle here. This, however, is a bear candle and a bear candle with a bear tag. So this would have price and CMI confirm boost. Price and CMI confirm boost. You can see it there at the bottom, reversal boost, because both the confirmation candle on the CMI and price are pointing in the direction of the tag, right? Here, this is a point up, right? This is a bull tag. So you would want to see the the candle after, the confirmation candle after the tag, pointing up. However, on both price and the CMI, it's pointing down. This is a major downgrade, which is why this turned brown. Price is also on the wrong side of the EMA 20, so it's fighting the trend. And it gets one continuation boost, which is a high volume boost. It happened on high volume. So that would, the boost would lighten the color and the downgrades would darken the color. So this would end up being a 2 brown. Not the lightest color, but not the darkest 2 colors either. So you can see throughout, this is on the 15-minute, purple tags, especially light tags, don't always exactly necessarily work, right? It's got downgrades against it. So even though it's got continuation boosts for it, downgrades that are against it pretty much even it out. And it's really just based off of time. It's still, like I said, a decent buy because your stop loss is pretty close and you're at a volume pivot. So I would have tried to buy here, but you're fighting the trend. The nothing trail line moving down, the EMA clouds moving down, VWAP moving down. You're underneath all of that stuff. So you have to know you're fighting the trend, so you keep a tight stop loss. I would not go 25 points below. I would put it right at the pivot. Also on the 15, it seems better to put the stop loss right at the pivot point. 5-minute, it can be better to put it at 25 points plus the pivot point. The pivot point plus 25 points down here a little bit more because it will sometimes cross and then pop back up before moving in the direction. You can see these older tags are ones that received boosts, more boosts, particularly because they're dark, and they worked out pretty well. Primo worked out pretty well. This received equal amounts of downgrades and boosts, so it shouldn't have. It should be downgraded. Maybe I changed it, but it didn't get an upgrade or downgrade color, so you can ignore it. Gray tags, brown tags, and tags that didn't change color, you can ignore, basically green or red or pink. But they can work out, the pink, the green, the red, because they didn't get any, this has one reversal boost and one downgrade. So you got to look at it and say, okay, what's the downgrade? The downgrade is because price is on the wrong side of the 20 EMA. But here, the 20 EMA is pretty much flat. And we're just chopping around the 20 EMA, so that's not really going, it hasn't really been affecting it right now. So it's not trending, right? So the price being on the right or wrong side of the 20 EMA doesn't matter as much. So I wouldn't really consider that when I look at this and I look at that tag. I would say, okay, I would take this tag because it has a reversal boost. The price and CMI confirmation candle went with the tag, right? See, bear tag, bear candle, bear candle, bear tag, right? You can see that price reversed with, and the CMI reversed with the tag. So I like that. And the only downgrade is prices on the wrong side of the EMA 20, which wouldn't really affect you here. It's also pretty close to this nothing level and the trail line, but those don't really affect it either. Well, they would affect it actually if I put the input on, which I haven't done. I'll show you those though as well before we finish this. But yes, so that would probably downgrade this candle, but I would probably still take it because, again, the main pivot point, the nothing trail line, it's chopping up and down above these. It's not in a trail. It's not in a trend right now. So those type of trend continuation things aren't going to affect it as much, but a reversal boost would. It's all just things you kind of have to learn by taking these and reading over all of the immense notes that I put in the CMI channel because there's a lot of data in here. I tried to eliminate a lot of it so that you can see. This was a pretty good one too. Overall boost and downgrade effect across time frames. So this is the total number of tags that were improved and how much they were improved by for each of these boosts across all these time frames. So 7 out of 7, or 6 out of 6, or 6 out of 7 time frames, or 2 out of 2, which is where the trail power combo applies to. Those are only on the higher time frames, basically. EMA slope, but things like EMA slope, VWAP side, these are trend continuation boosts. So these are ones you'd want to take in a trend. We'll look at that too. I'm going to go over the settings, and then I'll go over in another video some of the different boosts and split this up because it's already probably getting super long. So I've been using confirmed tags only, non-repainting, just because I want to wait to see the confirm close after so that all of these boosts and downgrades, because these boosts and downgrades can change if you have confirmed tags off, but they won't change if you have confirmed tags on. Right? No non-repainting will pop up this tag as soon as the candle after closes. So really you won't see it until this candle starts working. As soon as this candle opens is when this candle closes, which is when this tag pops up. So you do, it does go back 2 bars to repaint the label. There's no real way around repainting in this sort of indicator because it's, I guess I could move the tag to this particular candle. Misleading in my opinion, versus which one actually gave the pivot and which one actually gave the confirmation. So if I was to actually release this to the public that would complain about repainting issues, that's probably what I would do, is just move these tag over 2 bars, tags. But I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. But on the so the Primo tags, because I wanted to use blue for combo tags, I changed them to white and gold. So if they have no color change on them, they will be white and gold. You can still see that Primo tags can turn brown if they get downgraded, but you'll still see the star. You still see that this is a Primo tag. So even though it's got some downgrades, it's a kind of lighter brown, I might take this tag. You've got 3 tags in a row that happen right around the same level. It's not really pushing lower. So you're getting multiple divergences happening at this level of price. So once you get a big one on high volume, even at a caution time, even downgraded to brown because it's Primo, you might take it. Same with these purples. I might take it, particularly this dark one. I might take it. I might get stopped out, but again, it should be 25 points above, probably, or at least a little bit above. I probably would have set my stop above VWAP and the nothing level here, the main pivot. So I probably wouldn't have been stopped here, and then this would give me more confirmation with another purple tag, and then a gold tag that got a VWAP super boost, a price EMA, and then reversal boost as well, CMI pivot confirm and price confirm, price and CMI confirm, and had no downgrades. So I would definitely take this gold even more than these purples because of the boost numbers. So this boost, basically 1-time boost, 3 trend boosts, and 1 downgrade boost. Same here. You've got time boost, a trend boost, 2 reversal boosts, and a downgrade. So these all had downgrades, basically. No downgrades whatsoever. And had 4 boosts. These ones had boosts and downgrades that ended up equaling out, so no color added or subtracted, so it doesn't turn brown or gold. The settings you'll need to add in, so I have the top grade trend filter off. You can turn it on if you want, but for now I'm leaving it off while I deal with the colors situation. It will still auto-detect the trend and change your pivot points and slightly alter tags based on uptrend or downtrend. The enable nothing trail source. So I cannot set these default to the actual nothing levels. Close. That's a trading view thing. So you have to go in and manually select each one. So the nothing trail would be the trailing stop. Fixed line level sources, this would be each individual one. So range daily max, you go down, you find the range daily max. Select each one, UE2, make sure it's trend UE2 and not regular UE2. Trend UE2. So you have to go down and select each one of these, trend LE1, not in order, but once you do that, you don't have to do it again unless an update happens. Then you have to go through and reselect them. This is the amount of points that these go based off of. So, like it says, if the trail is behind the pivot, right? So here, you can see the trail line is right here, and this is your pivot candle, and it closed right on the outside of it, so it probably counts as the trail being behind, but pretty much the trail is right up against here. So when the trail is bumping against here, it makes it hard for price to push through. It doesn't mean it can't, but it can take time, and I wouldn't take this purple tag necessarily because it's got a trend line and a nothing level in the way of it until it crosses there. So here, where it crosses below, the trend line turns bearish. We cross the trend line. Now, this tag you can take as it crosses here, and you could take it down, whatever, down to here, gain, maybe 40, 50 points, if you take it to VWAP. Nothing trail line here to VWAP here, 212 to 272. So 60 points or so. Even if you don't capture the whole thing and you get 50 points, not bad. But even if you took it here, set your stop above this pivot area here, this pivot high, this volume, you wouldn't have gotten stopped out. And then you would have taken it, it would be at like 329, and you could have gotten 100 points here. And you could hold it, and it stays pretty much below the nothing trail line, and you could hold it for even this close here. I wouldn't take this long, but I would use this as an opportunity to certainly get out. Already gotten out at the main pivot at the VWAP. This push up above the trend line would now be your signal to get out. And this would probably be a boosted tag because this is the trail line stepping up with the confirmation candle. Yeah, so it's got a VWAP super boost, continuation boost, but the downgrades would outweigh that anyway, and the end of day already blocks it because they just don't work out at this time of day. Down here, you get a brown tag, but it is a primo trend reversal tag for one, which is a boost that doesn't really show as a boost, but it's got that star. It's got a reversal boost, which is the CMI pivot and confirm, which is what we're looking for since it's a primo trend reversal. It has downgrades, but those are price confirming against, price wrong side EMA 20, and nothing trail line ahead. Those are both things that would happen on a reversal, right? The trail line would be ahead of it, and the VWAP is on the wrong side, and the nothing clouds are the clouds are on the wrong side. So the EMA 20, all the EMAs are on the wrong side. You know, you are reversing back to the EMA. You're far enough off the EMA where you can get this move. So that's why brown tags can still be good, but at least you have the information within the tag if you float over it. Okay. Then also make sure, so I said, you have to make sure you put the nothing trail line on. You have to put in each level in order for them to count as a level in front of or behind. But then you also have to enable where the combo boosts are, the cloud source. So these are your EMA clouds. So cloud 1 fast, cloud 1 slow, cloud 2 fast, and cloud 2 slow. These are the EMAs that are set. For me, it's the 20 EMA, the 50 EMA, the 200, and the 500. I forget what the defaults are on the nothing level. I think I only changed the cloud 2 to the 200 and 500. I think it was 500 and 1,000. I'm not sure. It might even be default settings, but I know for me, it's for certain the 20, the 50, the 200, and the 500. Those will enable the checks for some of these, being on the right side of these. Currently, VWAP is a little bit off, I was noticing on my indicator. So I'm not sure, like, some of these will get VWAP downgrades or upgrades that aren't correct. But I'm going to be working on that to try and make sure that those are correct. In general, these tend to work pretty well though. So if you zoom out, you can see, you've got this purple tag, which brought you down here to these two purple tags. And you take these two purple tags up here, and you can ignore this that got no coloration change, so it has no boosts or upgrades or downgrades, or equal boosts and upgrades and downgrades. So it does have one boost, but it also has one downgrade, which is a reversal downgrade and can be, it's got multi tags on it, 60% breadth, which is good, P of 0, which is good. So you could take this tag, and it honestly probably wouldn't even be stopped out as long as you set it above this volume pivot, which actually could have been created from this, so it might not even have been there. But you could set it, a few points above, and you wouldn't be stopped out. But if you were stopped out, you then get this gold yellow primo tag with 4 reversal boosts and only 1 downgrade. That's the type of thing that I'm really looking for. And when you get this light yellow, you can ignore it because it's a super light yellow after you just got this gold reversal. And you can hold that till the end of the day. It looks like when this day opens up, these tags didn't really work out. I mean, you get boosts, but you get downgrades. You can sit there and weigh each one. I'm not going to go through each one. I'm already too much time. This will count as, price confirming with it. So that gives it a boost. You would enter around here and you would get 250 to, you would get 50 points off of these tags. So these tags worked for 50 points. You know what I mean? If you entered on the confirmation close, at least of these two tags, this tag wouldn't have worked because you would have gotten it here. So you would have been stopped out down here. But then you get this gold tag, which is similar to these, fairly dark yellow, not quite as light as this, but light yellow. But it's in a continuation trend. You've got the nothing level, nothing trail line right here, which is going to give it a downgrade. It's just barely, on the right side of the EMA 20 and the VWAP. But because of that, you get a pretty good stop. So this is a great entry because you've got a nothing level, you've got VWAP, you've got the EMA cloud. So it's a good entry in general. You can ignore this one. It's not only a caution time, but upgrades and downgrades weighed out. the same. This is a caution time, lighter yellow. You could take it, you could use these as exit signals as well. These obviously moved, from, you would get in here at the trail line because this would be your confirmation close. So 50 to 52. Well, to this tag, you only get, maybe 40 points or so. This tag, you're getting your 50 points. But you could easily do your stop up here, take profit 50 points, even 100 points. Looks like maybe 200 points. Or wait until you get a stronger tag like this one and get out here and from here to here and then be out because I wouldn't know what's going on here. This is midnight, new nothing level. Looks like we bounced off of it, but we're still under the trend line, bouncing between these two. The trend line ends up winning. I feel like the trend line wins more. The trend line is a better tell of what's going on than the static levels, but obviously the static levels work pretty well. It was resistance, it bounced, it broke, it was support, or it was support and then it was resistance, either way. And then when you come down here, you get yellow tags, which you might take, you might get stopped out on, but they're caution tags as well. This first one you could possibly ignore, maybe this one, I don't know. Time of day is cautionary though. Here you get a big divergence, caution, and a primo reversal. I don't know, I might not take this one. I would look at the entries basically. So here I'd be entering off of this. I'd probably take this. These look good pushing up. It's above here. I'd probably take these and move my stop up here and probably be stopped out here at basically a little loss. And I would probably I probably would wait on this one and see how these next candles happened. And then once it overtook this trend line here, this would be the time to buy, like right here at around 070, and then you can take it up to here where you get, up to 50 to 75 points. And then you get the purple tags, which in this direction is, time tags. And if you took these, you might get stopped out here, here. These would work out. All right, I'm gonna end this here because this is already too long. I'll probably make this an advanced video and I'll just do a smaller regular video. Yeah, this is almost an hour, so we'll stop here.